So have you ever looked in the mirror after some major thing that's happened, often a loss, and thought, I don't even know who I am anymore? Let's talk about that. Because you're not alone in that feeling, not at all, not even close. There are a lot of people that feel like that. Because the truth is there are moments in life when everything changes. It changes all at once. It can be a death, a diagnosis, a breakup, a betrayal, a job ending, even a dream collapsing. Sometimes it's something quiet, but still it alters our life. And whatever the catalyst, something inside of you, it shifts. It shifts in the way you can't unfeel. You can't unknow it or ignore it. You know, I call this moment the grief bomb. Not because it's like necessarily, I don't know. It's like everything looks different, right? Things that used to be are covered are now uncovered. It's like a deconstruction of your internal and frankly your external world sometimes. It's unmistakable. And sometimes, you know, it hits suddenly. Like the air gets punched out of your lungs. Like you're like, whoa, what happened? And other times it builds slowly. It builds quietly, almost imperceptibly. And then suddenly, it's undeniable. Your life is freaking changed. Your inner world has been rearranged in a single breath. You see, the grief bomb doesn't just touch one area of our life. It affects everything. Your relationships, your priorities, your routines, the way you move through life. And for many of us, it affects the most intimate things. That's those really small ways that we have. Our sense of self. And sometimes your entire perception of yourself, it doesn't complete 180. You know, you look in the mirror and you feel unrecognizable. You're like, when did I get this haircut? You know, and it's even your clothes, they feel weird. Like they were chosen by someone else. Someone that you used to be, or so you think. And you walk around with this subtle awareness that I would say, I don't know, I feel different. You think in yourself, I feel different. And the truth is, you are different. You are. So I remember this moment so clearly for myself. It was one of those mornings, not after losing my son, Will. And I opened my closet and I stood there and I was staring at everything like completely befuddled. I felt like I opened a stranger's closet. Like nothing felt like mine. Not the colors, not the style, not the energy. I mean, I literally whispered out loud, who is she? And then I remember sitting on the floor and hugging myself and crying and saying, where did I go? Because grief doesn't annihilate your identity really. It rearranges it. It brings open the old parts of you and says, what's true now? What still fits? And what no longer does? You know, at first this feels like disorientation. That's completely normal. That's not you failing though, right? It's just, you're just adjusting to this new reality. And your mind, your heart, your soul just didn't have a plan for that. You're completely disoriented. And the questions that come up like, where am I? Who am I now? And how do I live like this? But slowly, and sometimes not so slowly, something else happens. You start to notice pieces of yourself again. And we put ourselves back together, not into actually the old shape, but just with a new understanding of where we belong now, where the pieces belong. It's this new chapter with a new heart, our new heart. This new understanding, this reorientation, the slow turning toward yourself again, and eventually, without fanfare, without too much fanfare, and without a timeline, definitely no timeline, comes the integration, that sacred reconstruction of the self, your inner world and your outer world. It begins to align a little bit more, slowly. You still feel tentative, vulnerable, maybe angry, not because you returned to who you were before, you know, but because you're becoming who you are now. Expect weird emotions. But here's the hopeful part. The part people don't talk about enough. This is the hope, that one day, something shifts. A small little flower you see breaking through the sidewalk. You just notice it when you're walking. A ray of sun hits the tree line just right. And your breath drops a little deeper into your body. You hear yourself sighing. And for the first time in a long time, something feels possible. Hope. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. The kind that whispers, maybe I'm not lost. Maybe there is life after this. And maybe I'm becoming someone new, someone real. And if anything in this resonates with you so far, go ahead and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and certainly subscribe, because it's exactly this kind of conversation that I'm having is exactly what I do with my coaching clients, my restorative coaching clients, because I'm committed to having these moments where I can meet people where they are. So before I share the next step with you, I want to leave you with a couple questions for you to ask yourself. Something to sit with, to feel into, and to let land wherever it needs to be honest. So what part of you feels most change right now? And what if that change isn't wrong, but just right on time? And where, even in the smallest, quietest way, do you notice the first flickers of hope? And who might you be becoming through this? That's a good one. These are big questions, I know. And you don't have to have all the answers, but the most powerful thing about coaching and why I love coaching so much is being able to ask powerful questions and opening space. You just have to be willing to open your heart and to look into those places. So I'm here to support you on your path, and I'm honored to walk with you. And I'm offering a 3-part restorative coaching program, a series where we explore just this. What's shifting for you inside and outside in your world, where you feel stuck, and how to gently step into the next version of you. That's what I'm all about, with greater clarity and intention. If that feels right for you, just click on the link below. And you don't have to do it alone. That's what I wish I knew earlier. And even if you can't feel it yet, you are becoming. You are. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Kate McKay, and this is my Gracie, and I appreciate you joining me. Don't forget to like this video. Take good care.